channel, and if you're new here, I'm very happy to have you here. Welcome to our community, to my channel. A huge thank you to all of you guys for continuing to watch my videos and your continued support. I truly appreciate it, you guys. So today I'm here with my Maison Lancome collection, you guys. I just adore this Maison Lancome collection, you guys. I'm actually collecting perfumes from this line. I'm probably going to continue to buy more. I don't have all of them, but I have quite a few of them. So if you guys want to see what they are and hear my thoughts on them, please continue to watch. So you guys, I have actually 7 fragrances here, but 2 of them are the same fragrance, new and old formulation. So like really I have 6 of them, 6 of the Maison Lancome collection. I love and adore each one of them, you guys. It's a very special collection in my opinion. I know that a lot of people love and adore this line. So I think back in 2016, I think they revamped the collection, the whole line, and they changed the bottle design. Where do I start? I think I'm going to save Lancome Oud Bouquet to the end because everybody knows about that one. Right now, I think I'm gonna start with one of my favorites. I just talked about this in my favorite white floral fragrances video. Check that out. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. This is one of my favorites from this beautiful fragrance line. It's none other than Jasmins Marzipane, you guys. This one, you guys, is the most gorgeous jasmine perfume ever. I don't know if I can do justice, you know, in describing this fragrance to you guys, because this is a very unique jasmine fragrance. I've not smelled any jasmine fragrance that smells quite like this. There's a gorgeous kind of, not quite gourmand, but there is a twist in this fragrance. I think that's what makes it very interesting. And that twist is that there's almond in here. So it's an almond and jasmine perfume with a little bit of vanilla, which makes it so stunning. So Jasmins Marzipane. You guys know marzipan, right? It's like an icing, you can cover cakes with it. Also, you can make candy with it, like marzipan candy. So marzipan candy is basically almond, like ground almonds with sugar, and a bunch of other stuff, like, and a little vanilla. So it's kind of like this, you know, and well, no jasmine, of course, because jasmine part's separate. So marzipan has almond, vanilla, and sugar. So it's a very, you know, sugary, almondy, like sweet vanilla, you know, icing marzipan. So this is like combining marzipan with jasmine. So that's actually a very good description for it. It smells edible in some ways. It's not like a straight up gourmand per se. I mean, in fact, it's categorized as a woody floral musk fragrance, but it is a very much like, I mean, there is a slight hint of gourmand in there from that almond and the vanilla together that creates that marzipan kind of vibe. It's also a very kind of musky, woody scent as well. So there's that white floral jasmine aspect to it. There's the slight bit of like marzipan gourmand twist with the almond and the vanilla. And then there's musk with that beautiful like sort of edge to it, you know, and then there are woody notes giving it that grounding layer, that sensual kind of layer. Ooh, this is a very comforting scent that surrounds you. When you wear this fragrance, I feel like I'm covered in this warm scent bubble that follows me around everywhere, and I keep getting whiffs of this fragrance like every so often, and I know it's projecting because my husband can smell me. You know, I tend to wear this fragrance actually, you know, at nighttime, but it's a gorgeous fragrance. You should wear during summertime, like on a hot summer day. this would be stunning. I mean, it projects so well. Like I said, great sillage. And yeah, you should wear it during the day, during summer, spring, summer, both. But also, this is a very comforting scent for nighttime as well, you guys. And there's like sandalwood in here that adds to that sensual, calming kind of base in this fragrance. I just love the way it smells. Like, I love to wear this at night and just feel so, my husband always says I smell so good when I wear this at nighttime after a bath, just to like watch Netflix with him, lounge around, and then it kind of lulls me to sleep too. It's very good bedtime scent to wear. It's such a crowd pleaser. It's a very pleasant, non-offensive, sweet, amazing, comforting scent. Like I said, this is a white floral, musky, almond, nutty, woody, vanilla, powdery, slightly sweet, fruity, floral kind of scent. It's very sensual. It's a very sensual fragrance, you guys. Very calming at the same time. So it has like two types of gorgeous jasmine. There's jasmine, and then there's jasmine sambac. And jasmine tend to be more indolic than jasmine sambac. Jasmine sambac isn't so indolic. And this jasmine in here isn't. So those two jasmines together, so gorgeous. It's a very sensual, very calming jasmine. And then there's almond, there's musk, there's vanilla, there's cashmere wood and sandalwood, you guys. So that cashmeran or cashmere wood, which is kind of a musky woody scent with that musk in the base, and the sandalwood with the sensualness. And then there's the edginess from musk and the cashmere wood with both, you know, qualities. This really creates this very unique layer in the base. So it's edgy and comforting and sensual all at the same time. And that's very slightest, tiniest hint of gourmand that comes from that almond mixed in with vanilla that makes it smell like marzipan, you know. That's quite the twist. And that's the twist that this fragrance has that I have not seen in any jasmine perfume, you guys. You would not be, I tell you, you would not be able to find a jasmine fragrance that smells like this. This is quite unique. And by the way, this projects quite a bit. Its scent bubble is pretty big. I wouldn't say like super big, but you know, people 2 feet from you would smell you. And also lasting power is amazing. I mean, when I spray this on, I could smell it basically all night. I would say up to 8 hours. Really good lasting power as well. Love this scent. And by the way, you guys, don't you love this like etching here? Look at that. Like those are jasmines etched, and then this plate is also etched. The letters are etched into it, and the magnetic cap is quite a nice touch with the new bottle design. Love the new bottle design, by the way. So this is Jasmins Marzipane. Next I have Rôses Berberanza by Maison Lancome line as well, you guys. Woo! This one is a gorgeous rose fragrance, which I should have included, by the way, in my rose video, my favorite rose fragrances video. I included Lancome Oud Bouquet, but I totally forgot about this one, which I shouldn't have. This is stunning, very unique. This is a very boozy, sort of nutty, syrupy rose. But it's different kind of syrupy from Lancome Oud Bouquet though. I think the booziness in this from that rum note is very pronounced, which really what makes this super stunning with that rose. I don't have any boozy rose fragrances in my collection, you guys. You know what I mean? This is it. This is the most beautiful boozy rose fragrance. Who would have thought to combine boozy notes with roses, right? But it works. It works beautifully. This is technically a floral fragrance, you guys, but there's the teensiest bit of gourmand in here because of that hazelnut and the vanilla and the honey accords in here. It's also very woody. It's a very woody rose with that boozy quality, with a slight hint of gourmand, slight hint of syrupiness. So it's a woody rose, sweet, fruity, nutty, vanilla, warm, spicy, honey, floral rum fragrance. Like I said, there's that rum accord in here that is so stunning with that rose. So it opens with a beautiful tangerine note, you guys. It's so stunning. Like, it's not like lemon, it's not like bergamot. Tangerine is very, you guys have smelled tangerine, so you know what I'm talking about. It really complements the honey accord and the nuttiness and all that in here. I think tangerine was the perfect citrus for this fragrance. And in the middle, you get damask rose, you guys. So damask rose, you don't see often. You usually see, you know, Bulgarian rose or Turkish rose, May rose. But damask rose is a kind of a powdery rose note, which is super stunning, and it has like a freshness to it as well. So in the middle you get that damask rose with that sort of, you know, fresh powderiness, pistachio, raspberry, ginger, and some green notes. So in the base you get that violet note, you guys. You know, the blue, purple flowers add that powdery touch to fragrances. So the violet note in here makes this fragrance very powdery. It's a gorgeous powderiness with that rose mixed together. And then there's saffron. So, you know, like saffron has that kind of refined, slightly kind of leathery vibes. It's a hard one to describe, saffron. You know, Baccarat Rouge 540 has saffron in the opening. You know what I'm talking about. And then there's benzoin and vanilla in the base, which makes it very kind of vanilla heavy. And mixed in with that honey, it's kind of almost slightly syrupy. And then you get a big dose of that very boozy rum, the boozy note. And then there's hazelnut, adding that sort of nuttiness to this fragrance. It's a very complex kind of composition, especially the base. I love those base notes. This very super unique rose fragrance, you guys. It's boozy. It's a rose that's boozy, at the same time slightly syrupy, also powdery. It's sweet, you know. It's just really delicious. It's a very unique one. And then there's fruitiness from that raspberry, you know, slight juiciness. And this is supposed to be unisex as well, you guys. Although to me, in my opinion, it leans more feminine. But again, it's a unisex fragrance. It's created as a unisex fragrance. So this is like what the etching looks like. It's a, you know, the damask rose that's etched there. And then there is the name right on front, and same magnetic cap, obviously. Gorgeous fragrance. I should have included this in my favorite rose fragrance video. I don't know how I missed this. Guys, when you have too many fragrances, sometimes it's hard to remember everything, you know. Whatever is in your vicinity is what you remember. This must have been hiding from me that day. This is Rôses Berberanza. The next one up is Edie's Dragees. So this one, you guys, is Edie's Iris. It's an iris powdery fragrance. It's powdery heaven. Super perfect for spring weather, by the way. The dominant accord in here is, of course, iris and powdery because of iris. It's a very iris, powdery, musky, sweet, vanilla, woody, almondy, kind of nutty, earthy, floral citrus fragrance. It's very sweet. It's a very sweet, powdery iris fragrance, you guys. It's a very powdery, gorgeous fragrance for springtime. This would be gorgeous, perfect. I don't know why I didn't include this in my spring favorites. So this opens with bergamot and pink pepper, you guys. You know, pink pepper with that sweet spiciness, with the bergamot, with the citrus burst. And then in the middle, you get that huge dose of iris, which is the most dominant accord in this fragrance. And then you get almond, sugar, vanilla, and orange blossom, and then also a little bit of freesia. So in the base, you get vanilla, musk, orris. Orris is another note with powdery nuances. And then you get ISO E Super. ISO Also, Super is a synthetic fragrance note that has sort of woody, musky, cozy, ambery kind of vibes. So yeah, so it kind of like combines like amber with woodsy notes with musk kind of note. So that really, I think, complements the middle of this fragrance and the other base notes, you know? So I really think in the middle that gorgeous iris with that orange blossom is really beautiful, with that freesia, with that slight hint of nuttiness from the almond. Oh, it's a beautiful powdery iris fragrance, you guys, for women. I would say this is a very feminine fragrance because of the powderiness. It's labeled as a unisex fragrance. Again, no one's stopping anyone from wearing this, and a man could wear it and pull it off totally, and it depends on who you are and what you like. So don't like listen to me. I mean, a lot of the powdery notes like iris just usually tend to lean feminine, but that doesn't mean a man can't wear this. So this is Iris Dragees. Next we have Orange Bigarades. This one, you guys, is a very beautiful citrus fragrance, but not the typical citrus fragrance that you think of. No, no, no. This is a very citrus, white floral, fresh, spicy, green, sweet, vanilla fragrance. Obviously, the names gives it away. It's a orange dominant kind of fragrance. So the beauty in this is in the opening, you guys. Obviously the opening is going to be all citruses, but what's special about this is that bitter orange note in the opening, you guys. That bitter orange, the bitter orange smells so divine in this with the orange. So in the opening you get bitter orange, and bergamot. So it's such a beautiful citrus opening, you guys. That bitter orange especially. Bitter orange is really nice. Like, I've seen bitter orange paired with almond before in the base notes, in the opening notes. Really, it really complements, especially like notes like almond, I've noticed. But something about bitter orange, it's different than regular orange and the other citruses. Orange Bigarades mean a bitter orange in French, you guys. So obviously the name gives it away. This is a bitter orange fragrance, and you don't get that many bitter orange fragrances, you know, dedicated sort of bitter orange centric fragrances, which is why this is very unique. This is a very citrus, fresh, you know, white floral green kind of fragrance that's perfect for spring and summer. I would say especially summer. There's something very fresh about this fragrance, very refreshing about this fragrance. Duh, obviously. Citrus, hello. So in the middle you get a bunch of beautiful white florals, you guys. Orange blossom, jasmine, and hedion. Hedion is also kind of like jasmine, only with green nuances. Jasmine tends to sometimes have green nuances too. And orange blossom is that, you know, or blossoms of the orange tree, of course, and has that citrusy white floral, you know, touch to it. Those are perfect white florals for this fragrance. And then you also have a black tea note in here, which has that sort of like third dimension to this. And then there's black pepper for a slight hint of zing of spice to this. You do pick up that slight hint of, you know, zing from the black pepper when you first spray, and it like kind of settles into that middle. So you do smell the black pepper, but it doesn't linger very long. And the base notes are the ideal, you know, sensual, cozy base notes, you guys. There's vanilla, benzoin, and sandalwood. Does it get any better than that? So benzoin and vanilla, both vanilla. Of course, vanilla is vanilla, but benzoin is also a fragrance note that smells kind of like vanilla. And then there is sandalwood, which is always the most sensual woody note ever, which I would think is the only woody note that would go with this fragrance. With the rest of the notes, it's beautiful. It's a very fresh, refreshing, green, citrusy fragrance for summer. It's like a splash of citrus, but it's not the usual citrus though. See, you guys really have to get your noses on this. It's that bitter orange with that twist, you know, with the slight hint of zing from the black pepper, and then there's that sensual kind of cozy base with the sweetness from vanilla and stuff. Those white florals add that super cool kind of narcotic vibes to it, keeping that citrus freshness at the same time. Something very fresh about this fragrance, very refreshing, I would say, for the summertime. Like a blazing hot summer day, perfect. This fragrance is perfect for that. This is of course a citrus aromatic fragrance, you guys. This is very much a unisex one, I would say. Can you see the etching? So it's like the orange slices with the white florals there. This is Orange Bigarades. Next I have Lavandes Trianon. Oh, this one, you guys. Why Lancome? Why did you discontinue this? Oh, this one's so good, you guys. Do you see how much I have sucked the juice out of this bottle? This is basically half empty. This one is a beautiful lavender fragrance, you guys. I don't see that many great lavender fragrances. I was super happy when YSL came out with Libre because you don't see that many great lavender fragrances. Also, Mont Guerlain is another one that is a good lavender fragrance, but you don't see that many wonderful lavender fragrances. By the way, you guys, I have another super special, very much lavender dominant fragrance coming. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but the review is coming. This one is a beauty, you guys. I don't understand. Lancome discontinued this from the Maison Lancome line. I don't understand, you guys. Why do brands do that? Why do they do that? They create the best thing ever and then they discontinue it. Like, you know, if they make a collection, it's like, oh, how can I discontinue the most popular and the best one out of all? Kind of thing. I mean, it would be like if they, you know, discontinued Lancome Oud Bouquet. Better not, because people will be mad. Anyways, this one, you guys, is the most stunning lavender fragrance that I have ever gotten my nose on. And I actually haven't touched this in months and months and months because I don't want to run out. This is all I got left. So I'm saving it for that special occasion where I'm in the mood for a lavender fragrance, you guys. I'm not going to wear this every day. I would love to wear this in the springtime especially. If I knew they were discontinuing, I would have stocked up on it, you guys. You know how lavender is very much a very aromatic floral, right? It's one of those purple, very aromatic, I wouldn't call it herbally, but very like, you know, lavender has that specific scent. So that's something, you know, when you put in a fragrance, it depends on what you blend with. The lavender really comes through depending on what you blend with. And this fragrance is so special because, hear me out, this is a very milky, lactonic, sweet lavender, you guys. So it's really lavender, milk, and vanilla, you guys. I mean, it's delicious. It is super amazing. It's vanilla, it's very sweet with milk and lavender. Imagine you have a vanilla milk with a little bit of lavender as a flavoring in it. That's what this fragrance is. It's very sweet from that vanilla. There's a huge dose of vanilla in here, by the way. Well, the top most dominant accord is of course lavender, and then there is lactonic accord in here from that milk note, and then there's a huge massive dose of vanilla, which is very nice and sweet. So that sweetness from the vanilla with that lavender is really amazing, and add that lactonic quality. It's very creamy, kind of milky, sweet lavender, you know. If you can imagine that. Why did they discontinue it? Why? Like I said, you know, lavender tends to be like that herbally kind of floral note that you just have to, you know, it depends on what you blend with. And I never thought, you know, lavender would go with sweetness of vanilla and lactonic accords, you know what I mean? Like, it's quite special. And you guys, the nice thing about this fragrance is it's very much unisex. It's not feminine per se. And lavender, as you know, tend to be in more of the men's fragrances, but we're seeing it more and more in women's fragrances, like or fragrances geared towards women, like Mon Guerlain and then YSL Leaf. Obviously, lavender can go both ways, so this is definitely a unisex fragrance. Top accord is, of course, lavender, so it's a very lavender, lactonic, vanilla, sweet, fresh, spicy, slightly herbally, a little bit powdery scent, you guys. So you get a huge big dose of lavender, of course, that's the biggest note in here. Then you have vanilla and you have Madagascar vanilla, so 2 types of vanilla, and then you have vanilla sugar, so it's super sweet. There's definitely a sweetness about this. It's kind of like almost like a sweet tooth kind of fragrance. And then there is milk. So you guys, obviously there's lavender in here. The biggest note is lavender, and then there's a huge dose of vanilla, and there's Madagascar vanilla and vanilla sugar, so it's very sweet, like I said, so almost like a sweet tooth kind of, you know, sweet. And there is, of course, milk in here, which is where the lactonic accord comes from. Lancome, get it together. Maison Lancome line needs this fragrance. This is the most unique one you have in the line. I do think they're all super unique, super stunningly unique, but this one is very hard to find kind of fragrance nowadays. A super amazing lactonic sweet lavender. Find me one. I don't know one other than this one. This is Lavandes Trianon. Last but not least, I have 2. Actually, it's the same fragrance, the 2014 version and the 2016 version. You know what I'm talking about. This is Maison Lancome Oud Bouquet. You guys know this was reformulated. Lancome denies it, but this was definitely reformulated. Guys, I have these 2 in my hands right now. I've got them both on my hands. So this one smells very similar to the new one, but there are slight differences. There's a very teensy, slight little bit of differences. I'm not going to go into that right now because that's not what this video is about. I actually did that. I compared Lancome Oud Bouquet 2014 version to Lancome Oud Bouquet 2016 version. I did that comparison video. If you haven't seen that one, please make sure to check it out. I'll link it up here and actually down in the description box. So when you're done with this video, you can go down there, click in there in the description box and watch that video. So I'm actually not going to talk about this because I don't want to, you know, make people sad or anything, because this is discontinued. This is the new one. You see the beautiful rose etched there, and of course the name over here on the side etched on gold plate. Same magnetic cap. You know, you guys, you know I love my Lancome Oud Bouquet because I can't live without this fragrance. It's the jammiest, syrupiest, most delicious rose fragrance ever. Woo! It was in my rose fragrance video. Check that one out too, you guys. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. What can I say? This is basically rose with a gourmand twist, you know. So there is praline in this fragrance with rose, which is what makes it very delicious and gourmand. So this is very much a rose, oud, sweet, vanilla, woody, warm, spicy, balsamic, lactonic, slightly kind of nutty, powdery scent. Nuttiness comes from that, like, nuttiness in the praline. So basically this has rose, vanilla, praline, argarwood, which is oud, guaiac wood, and kapahu wood, you guys. Those are the notes in this fragrance, and the previous version didn't have the guaiac and the kapahu wood. It was just oud. And for whatever reason, I talked more about it in my comparison video. Check that one out. That one is syrupier and jammier and even sweeter. But this one is a little bit more balanced with the woody notes, the newer version. But the difference is very small. You can almost barely notice it, you know? And Lancome will totally deny it if you ask them. And the thing is, we know in the base notes, the original one, like, literally didn't have guaiac and kapahu wood, but they would still deny it. Yeah, this is gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, so gorgeous. It's not like the new version is bad, you guys, so why would you deny it? I don't get it. I mean, they're both like very gorgeous. There's like hardly any difference, and it didn't take away from the gorgeousness of the new formulation. I would say it's the same. You don't have to worry about having the old formula. Honestly, this one is stunning, just the same. So yeah, guys, it's the jammiest rose. I don't know about any other jammy rose. Now, the other one I talked about, the other rose one, that one is a boozy rose, you know. So that's my boozy rose. This is my jammy rose. Like, I got myself a rose of every kind, you know. I got my fresh rose, garden rose. I got my boozy rose. I got my gourmand, syrupy, jammy rose. I got a rose for every mood, you guys. And Lancome Oud Bouquet, as you guys know, is a unisex fragrance. Both men and women can wear it. If you ask me, it's right in the middle. Men or women can wear it and without any issue. I would say this is the most clearly fall and winter fragrance amongst the ones that I just talked about. Everything else is kind of more spring summer fragrances to me, in my opinion. So yeah, this is Lancome Oud Bouquet. So you guys, those are my beautiful 6 Maison Lancome collection fragrances, you guys. I love each and every one of them. They are just stunning. When Lancome introduced this line, you guys, the Maison Lancome line, it is their, you know, the privé line, kind of like the private line, the more expensive line of fragrances. So when they introduced this, they said that it was, you know, basically about the French art of blending. And each of these fragrances was created and blended in the same way a super fine wine will be created and blended. This new line, this was all launched in 2017, you guys. So yeah, you guys, these are my gorgeous fragrances from the Maison Lancome collection. I love them so much. They are so special. They're very special. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you enjoy the Maison Lancome fragrances as much as I do. If you do, please let me know what you have from this collection. Do you love them? Which ones do you have? Please let me know down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that they will notify you when I upload, so you won't miss any of my content. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, you guys. We have a lot of fun over there. I will see you guys in my next video.